The shuttle door opened with a soft hum as Leon stepped onto the wide crystal walkway of the royal station. The place stood at the edge of the Orion spiral, far from any human colony. Leon walked slowly, trying to hide the surprise on his face as he looked around. Tall towers made of glowing stone rose high above him. Gentle lights drifted in the air like fireflies, following the movement of the wind. The station felt peaceful, like a place made for calm minds and soft voices. Leon was a young security officer from a small human outpost. He had been sent as a simple escort for a supply envoy. Nothing in the mission list had warned him that he would soon stand face to face with a royal family from another world. Nothing had warned him that he would be asked to step into danger for someone he had never met. He thought the mission would end quickly. He thought he would return home within a week. But life never followed simple plans. When he first saw Princess Lyra, he understood the reason for the special invitation. Her people were known for their gentle nature, their soft blue skin and eyes that looked like polished silver. Lyra moved with quiet grace and often smiled with a warmth that made strangers feel welcome. Her people believed deeply in peace. They valued knowledge and harmony above everything. They were proud of their long history of avoiding war. Leon admired that, even though he came from a world that had learned to survive through strength and grit. On the second day of the envoy mission, a sudden alarm echoed through the great hall. Bright red lights flashed across the tall windows. Guards in silver armor ran in every direction. Leon had never heard such fear in the voices around him. He rushed toward the sound of shouting without waiting for orders. His instincts told him something was terribly wrong. Inside the chamber that held the royal archives, he saw Princess Lyra surrounded by frightened assistants. A group of masked intruders stood near the far wall, holding strange devices that sent out pulses of sharp light. Leon did not know their origin, but he recognized the danger. They did not look like they came to talk. They looked like they came to take. Leon reacted without thinking. He moved in front of Lyra and spread his arms wide, shielding her body with his own. The intruders fired their pulse weapons. Bolts of hot light struck Leon's chest armor. He felt the shock run through his ribs. Still he stood firm. He pushed back at them with the only weapon he carried, a compact shield emitter. The shield spread like a curved wall of energy as he stepped forward. The guards of the royal station arrived moments later and captured the intruders. When the danger passed, Lyra looked at Leon with wide eyes filled with pure emotion. She thanked him in a trembling voice. Her people rarely experienced violence. The idea of someone risking his life so quickly for her was something she had read about only in ancient story scrolls. That moment stayed with both of them. The queen arrived soon afterward. She was tall, elegant, and carried herself with calm authority. Her eyes moved from the captured intruders to the scorch marks on the wall. Then she looked at Leon with deep focus. She saw a human who had reacted without hesitation to protect her daughter. She saw someone who understood loyalty in a way her peaceful society no longer practiced. She felt respect for him. She also felt curiosity. The queen requested that Leon remain on the station for a short period while her advisors questioned the intruders. She said it was important for him to stay until they understood why the attack happened. Leon agreed. He knew it was the right thing to do. He thought it would take no more than a few days. Those days turned into weeks as new discoveries came to light. The intruders were not acting alone. There was a hidden group that believed the royal family had grown too trusting of the outside universe. This group saw contact with humans as a weakness. They feared cultural influence and wanted to control the future of their world. They planned to use the princess as leverage for political gain. Leon learned all of this while staying near the royal wing of the station. Lyra visited him often. She thanked him many times. She asked about human life, human food, and human music. Leon explained everything with patience. He found joy in speaking with her. She listened with a kind heart. She often told him stories of her people, stories filled with old wisdom and songs that carried soft melodies. They became close friends in a way neither expected. The queen noticed this bond. She saw how Lyra smiled around him. She saw how Leon carried himself with steady calm. He never acted like he was owed respect. He never raised his voice. He never treated anyone with impatience. He simply did his duty with quiet strength. The queen admired that. She believed her world had forgotten such qualities. She believed her daughter needed friends who understood courage in different forms. But Leon had his own world to return to. After the main threat seemed resolved and the intruders were moved into secure custody, he requested permission to depart. He stepped before the queen with formal respect and explained that his duty to the envoy was complete. He needed to return to his post. He tried to keep his voice steady, even though he felt a strange ache in his chest while speaking. He had grown attached to the royal station and the people he met. He had grown attached to Lyra. The queen listened in silence. She studied his face. Then she shook her head gently. She told him he could not leave yet. She said the danger to her daughter was not fully gone. She said the hidden group might attempt another strike. She said Leon proved he could protect Lyra better than anyone else. Her voice carried warmth, but also firm authority. She was not making a request. She was declaring a decision. Leon stood frozen. He respected the queen and understood her fear. But he also knew he could not remain forever. His life, his duties, and his people were waiting. He could not simply become a permanent guard in a foreign palace. He explained this with care. The queen listened again, but her expression did not change. Lyra stood beside her mother. Her face held a mix of hope and worry. She admired Leon greatly. She felt safe around him. She felt he understood her in ways others did not. But she did not want him to feel trapped. She wanted him to stay only if he chose to. When she saw the queen refusing his request, she stepped forward and pleaded gently. She told her mother that Leon deserved the freedom to choose. She said he had already risked his life for her. She said forcing him to stay would be unfair. The queen looked at her daughter for a long moment. Then she turned back to Leon. Her voice softened. She admitted that fear was guiding her decision. She admitted she did not want to lose her child. She had lost friends in past conflicts when she was young. Even though her people lived in peace now, the memory of loss stayed with her. When Leon saved Lyra, the queen felt something shift inside her. She understood that not all strength was harmful. She understood that courage had many forms. But she also understood her own weakness in admitting fear. Leon placed a hand gently on his chest and bowed. He told the queen he understood her fear. He told her he would never ignore danger if he saw it again. He told her that even if he left, he would return if she ever called for help. His voice carried simple honesty. It made the queen look at him with deep thought. After a quiet moment, the queen agreed to let him depart. But she asked for a final duty. She wanted him to stay for one more cycle until the new defensive system around the royal wing was complete. Leon accepted without hesitation. He wanted the queen to feel at peace. He wanted Lyra to feel safe. He wanted to end his stay with honor. During that final cycle, Leon and Lyra spent many hours together. They walked across the glowing gardens of the station. They stood near the observation window that showed the endless stars. They spoke of the future and how different their worlds were. Lyra asked him if he ever regretted leaving Earth to work in the far colonies. Leon said he did not. He believed the universe held many paths for people who wished to do something meaningful. He believed every decision led to new understanding. One evening, Lyra gave him a small crystal pendant shaped like a teardrop. She said it was a symbol of trust in her culture. She said it reminded the wearer to carry hope even in dark moments. Leon accepted it with quiet thanks. He felt a warm pressure in his chest when she placed it in his hand. He promised to keep it safe. He promised to remember her world. When the final cycle ended, the queen summoned him once more. This time her eyes showed calm acceptance. She thanked him for his service. She told him that his courage would be recorded in their royal history scrolls. She said he had changed the way she viewed humanity. She said she hoped he would return one day, not as a guard, but as a friend of their world. Leon bowed deeply. He felt grateful. He felt proud. He felt a quiet sadness as well. But he knew he had to go. It was time. On the day of departure, Lyra walked beside him to the shuttle dock. She held her hands together, as if trying to hide her worry. She told him she would continue her studies and her work for her people. She told him she would try to bring more understanding between her world and others. She said his actions had shown her the value of courage from different cultures. Leon placed a hand gently on her shoulder. He told her she would be a wise leader one day. He told her she would guide her people with both kindness and strength. He told her the stars were not as far apart as they seemed. He told her he would return when he could. Lyra smiled softly. She said she would wait for that day. She